Today I want to talk about long-term lucid dreaming goals and why I think it's important to have them. I've already talked about short-term goals on this channel. The idea that before you go into a lucid dream each night or before you attempt to have one, it's a good idea to have a goal for what you're going to do. Having a clear goal or plan in mind for your dream means that once you get in the dream, you can get to work on those things right away, rather than just standing there kind of unsure what to do and often destabilizing the dream in your confusion. And the closer to the beginner level that you are, the more true this ends up being, because when you're a complete beginner and you're new to lucid dreaming, you're just so overwhelmed by options for things that you can do that you're kind of all over the map once you get into a dream. However, I want to stress today that it's not just short-term goals that are a good idea to have, it's also long-term goals, because long-term goals are going to help you come up with a roadmap for what you should be working on as an individual to get better at lucid dreaming and to achieve those things that you eventually want to do. So what exactly do I mean by a long-term lucid dreaming goal? Well, I want you to sit here. You don't have to do this now, you can take some time to think on it, but sit here for a while and actually think on what you would ultimately like to achieve with lucid dreaming. What is like your idea of the ultimate lucid dream? Think about several different ones as well. Think about what would be the ultimate fun lucid dream for you. What things you would need to be able to do in that. What dream control skills you'd need to be able to learn. And then I also want you to think about what would be a really useful lucid dream for you. What would be something that would benefit you in your life some way? Are you someone that needs some answers from your subconscious about things in your life? Are you someone that could use some creative inspiration for maybe your writing or your painting or some other creative pursuit of yours? Maybe the reason lucid dreaming interests you in the first place is because you're fascinated by the human mind and how it can create this seemingly real reality in your dreams that, behaves like the real world in a lot of ways, but is completely a figment of your imagination. Maybe you want to learn more about reality and about consciousness through these experiences. So what would a dream where you do that look like? What sorts of things would you want to test and play around with? And what does that actually look like in terms of how often you want to be getting lucid, how long those lucid dreams need to last, and what dream control techniques you need to develop? Once you've asked yourself these questions and come up with some solid answers to them, you're going to have a couple of things. You're going to have where you are now, what your lucid dreaming level of experience is, how many lucid dreams you've had, how often you get lucid, what dream control techniques you do or don't know. But you're also going to have this roadmap for where you need to get to be able to achieve your end goals. So now you can see which areas you're the most lacking in. Maybe you've been really focused on having more lucid dreams, but you're actually already pretty close to your goal in that department. And what you'll find is that you really need to work on your dream control techniques. You don't know that many, and there are so many that you're going to need to know to be able to do some of those fun things that you wanted to do. Essentially, and this goes for really all areas of life, it's always quicker from point A to point B if you actually know that you're going to point B in the first place. If you just leave your house and you just randomly take turns, you have no idea where you're going, but there actually is a destination you want to end up, you just haven't thought about it yet, then you're going to spend hours and hours wondering and you might not even end up there at all. If you, on the other hand, open up Google Maps, you put in your destination in the GPS, well now you've got a path that you can follow to get there. So do the same with all of your interests and pursuits. Obviously be realistic with these goals. Set things that you know are achievable. Don't set a goal for having a lucid dream that lasts 1,000,000 years or whatever. Because if you set yourself unachievable goals, then you're actually going to get demotivated over time and it might actually cause you to give up on lucid dreaming entirely. But that also doesn't mean you have to set yourself easily achievable goals. These don't have to be something that you're going to achieve next week or even next month or even in the next 6 months. They could be something that you achieve, 5 years from now after consistent practice. They can be some end game goals for you. Just make sure that they are, in fact, achievable. And so my challenge for you now, if you're watching this video still, is to go off and set 1 or 2 of those goals now. And don't worry about setting the perfect goals, because as you actually progress, as you actually get better at lucid dreaming, you might reevaluate these. You might decide, actually, I found better reasons to lucid dream than the reasons I originally wanted. I certainly did this with lucid dreaming. When I first came into it, pretty much I was only interested in the fun stuff. I just wanted to have lots of fun with it. But over time, my priorities shifted and I found that I wanted to use lucid dreaming therapeutically, introspectively, and creatively as a useful tool rather than just as something for fun. So over the years, I've set goals, I've achieved those goals, I've set new goals, and sometimes I've even just changed my goals before I even achieved them because I realized it was no longer what I was after, that I wanted something different. So don't feel like whatever goal or goals that you set now are some unavoidable commitment that you have to stick to and you can't change if you no longer like them down the line. Obviously you can do that. But do set some and use them to help motivate you on your lucid dreaming journey. Now if you want a bit of extra help with that, you know what time it is. It is time for me to mention the Lucid Dream Book. There'll be a link to it in the top right hand corner, and if you use Lucid you can get 15% off. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe and enable all notifications so you can stay up to date when my new videos come out. And if you want to keep watching, check out one of the videos on screen, go watch that, and I'll see you there soon. Take care.